Hey, hey, beautiful Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, welcome in. If you've been feeling a shift in your heart lately, like something is changing in a way you love, what you accept, what you desire, you're not imagining it. We're right in the middle of that powerful, still powerful new moon portal, all right? It's still happening. Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, all activating at once. And this energy, it's not here to keep you in the same love story. I'm getting the energy of it's here to rewrite it. For some of you, this is truth that's hitting hard in relationships. For others, this is releasing something that is still lingering, right? And for many of you, this is about finally choosing love that aligns with who you are now, not who you used to be. So today we're going to be tapping into those of you that are single. Some of you are in relationships. Some of you are married, in separation. Some of you are happily single, and some of you are working on self-love. So beautiful souls, the timestamps are in there, just below in the description box. Go ahead and click on the one that aligns with your current path. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. I really appreciate you. But before you, if you haven't hit that timestamp yet, my Scorpio-Sag cusp, again, just going back a little bit, we did talk about that Libra full moon, and with regards to relationships, truth, mirrors, imbalances that were exposed. And even the new moon in Aries, right on around the 17th, a bold reset in identity and direction. And now we're also having that intense moment with Mars conjunct Saturn as well, that happened the 19th, that was yesterday. So this is not light energy, and this is like, I see the truth now. What am I going to do about it? So some of you may feel more direct, less impatient, perhaps more aware of things that isn't working, and emotionally things that were maybe once easy to ignore, that are now perhaps now impossible to overlook. Yeah, so beautiful souls, go ahead. If you haven't yet, hit on that timestamp. We're diving into now our Scorpio Sagittarius. Those of you who are single, let's have a look at where you are right now in love. What is shaping your love life right now? And where is this all leading, all right? For the singles, most of you, we're going to look at your current vibration and your readiness for love. Angels, spirits, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please come through for our Scorpio Sagittariuses with 3 cards. What do they need to hear right now? The King of Swords has really been coming up. King of Swords energy, air energy, that could either be you or someone else. It is really about truth and speaking your mind. Let's have a look here. So it's either you or someone else in your energy is the King of Swords. It's just energy, all right? Let's give it one more shuffle for our singles. Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp that are single. Interesting. 2 cards out here. We have the Hierophant and the Page of Swords. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the Ace of Wands in your underlining energy. Your current energy is definitely, this is not casual energy that is happening, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords. So like, even if you're single, I feel like your mind and your heart are thinking long term. Like the Hierophant is talking about you want something real, something committed, something aligned with your values. This isn't like, let's see where things go, all right? This is not that, you're not sitting in that kind of energy anymore. Yeah, with the Page of Swords here, you're definitely in the energy also of observing, watching, learning. Like perhaps you're more cautious right now, asking questions you didn't ask before. Maybe you're noticing patterns that you used to overlook. And some of you could be maybe keeping an eye on someone, curious about a person or a connection, or just quietly assessing everyone before you let them in. And this is growth in your current energy, that you're not closed off, but you're definitely not naive anymore. Perhaps the age 51 could be significant for some of you, doesn't have to be. but 5 is also all about change, all right? And thank you for hitting that like button, beautiful souls, and letting me know that you clicked on the singles timestamp. In your challenge position, the 7 of Pentacles, this is that waiting energy, the reflection energy. This is like the energy of why hasn't it happened yet kind of energy. So maybe you may feel like you've invested in love before and it didn't get the return, all right? Or maybe you've been patient and you're still waiting for that right person to come in. I'm also getting the energy that you've done healing. So, yeah, the energy like where, okay, I've done the healing. So where is that person, okay? Or why hasn't she or he come in? But the deeper truth is it wasn't wasted time, right? I feel like you're like in this refinement. Like the Aries energy mid-April, I feel like it's pushing you to stop waiting passively and just asking you, is what I've been waiting for actually what I actually want anymore, all right? We keep changing. And, you know, sometimes the delay is also not punishment. It's perhaps also protection from settling for less than what is meant for you. Now, we do have the 5 of Cups in your guidance, in your outcome position. Now, this is where it's getting real, you know. And, yeah, I'm going to say this gently, like, this is still something in your heart, all right? Something hasn't fully been released. Something regarding maybe a past disappointment, like a energy of what it could have been. Or maybe it's a situation that didn't give you some sort of closure. And maybe even if you've moved on, maybe logically, emotionally, there's still a part of you that could be perhaps still holding on to it. And, you know, your spirit team and spirit is not judging you for this. I mean, we're human. But it is asking you to be honest. Like, are you fully available for something new? Or is this part of your heart that is still looking back kind of energy? And it all leads down to choices, right? To either keep focusing on what didn't work, or perhaps to turn around and see what is still available, what is still possible. But your undercurrent energy underneath all the truth is we do have the Ace of Wands. So this is everything, because despite the waiting, despite the past, there is a new beginning here, a spark, a fresh start, a new connection that feels different. I mean, the Ace of Wands doesn't like activate until you like, you know, you're in the energy of fully releasing what was behind you. Now, if we like bringing this all together, beautiful souls, my Scorpio-Sagittariuses, those of you that are single out there, perhaps you are looking for someone new. I feel like you've outgrown some sort of surface level love. You've outgrown some sort of confusion. You've outgrown chasing. And I feel like you're in this space of, I want something real, or I don't want it at all. All right? But to receive that, you have to stop waiting for the past to make sense. All right? To maybe stop holding on to what didn't choose you, and emotionally clear space for what's trying to come in. It's easier said than done, but this is where Spirit is guiding you if this is your situation, because I'm hearing what is coming in once you've done the healing and the releasing, all right? It's not going to be like your past, all right? So, beautiful souls, if you felt this shift in between holding on and finally letting go, perhaps you can comment below, I release the past and I welcome the new, you know, releasing the past, healing the past, and I welcome in the new. And just claim this fresh start that is really trying to enter your life. My Scorpio-Sagittarius, you already know we don't wait for love to find us, right? We become the version of ourselves that it can't miss. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I will definitely check you around. Thank you for liking, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Beautiful Scorpio Sagittarius, those of you that are currently in a relationship, let's dive into what is the current dynamic between you and your person, you and your partner. Spirit angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please come through for our Scorpio Sagittariuses. What do they need to hear and know right now when they click on this video? All of the highest light and good. Let's dive in, beautiful souls. I feel one more shuffle here. we have this King of Swords. Interesting, the King of Swords has been wanting to come out also in the pre-shuffle and also in the singles reading. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Challenge, Ace of Wands, and we have Strength. Beautiful cards. All right, let's dive into your current energy. The King of Swords again. Thank you, beautiful souls, for hitting that like button. If you hear a bit of humming noise in the background, I do have the aircon on. Right now, the dynamic between you and your person, I feel like, is sitting in a lot of truth and logic. I think that is actually what's happening even in the collective for most of you. I feel like this is clear communication or the need for it. Boundaries that are being set, looking at relationships from a realistic perspective. This isn't like regarding the overly emotional energy. It's just like, let's be honest about where we are. It's about what is actually working and what isn't. And that is what's happening with all this Aries energy mid-month for a lot of relationships, is communication, being honest. Like perhaps you or your person even could be more direct than usual, less tolerant of avoidance, maybe wanting clarity right now, not later. Now the King of Swords, you can be a female, male watching this, it doesn't matter, it's just energy that's coming through, right? And this energy is not a bad thing, but it can feel quite intense, especially if things have been left unsaid. When we have those conversations, I mean, Aries is the I am and very bold, it's very direct, okay? Now, in the challenge position, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and this is where things get a little bit more tender. It feels like here there was maybe a bit of emotional distance, or perhaps some of you feeling unseen or unsupported, maybe going through something difficult together, or it could be even separately, okay? Maybe there was a bit of financial struggles even. For some of you, maybe even one person may feel left out or not fully met. Or for others, this could even be some sort of external stress, like I mentioned, finances. It could be pressure, it could be life circumstances that all are affecting the relationship. But I feel like there's a deeper layer here that sometimes when things get hard, instead of coming closer, people tend to pull away. And that's where the lesson comes in here, is not abandonment, not shutting down, but learning how to say, hey, I'm struggling, I need your support, I need you, all right? And it's not somebody that, and when you say that you need somebody, or you need your person, it's not about that they're overextending and overpouring their cup into you. It's just about both people coming to the party to support each other in the relationship, right? Sometimes your partner is down, and your partner needs you, and vice versa, all right? Now, I do see here with this Ace of Wands in your potential outcome, the guidance, I feel there is a reset, a spark, a chance to reignite this connection, and I feel like in a new way, and that's where Aries is pushing us, right? In our relationships, is not to repeat the same patterns, but choose each other again consciously. Hey, this can look like maybe having that conversation, that honest conversation that clears up the air. Reconnecting maybe physically or emotionally, maybe deciding to start fresh within the relationship. But it also requires the honesty, with the King of Swords coming through. And also I feel a little bit of a vulnerability through the struggles, all right? Coming together, supporting each other, understanding each other, compromising that. And, you don't get this new beginning without facing what actually has been missing. Here with the Strength at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is a deeper truth, that the relationship is not weak. I feel like here that, yes, maybe it's been tested, and the strength here is patience, it's compassion, it's emotional maturity, all right, compromising. It's not about forcing things, but holding space for growth for each other so that you both can grow within the relationship and individually. Loving each other through the hard moments, choosing understanding over ego, but also staying soft without losing your own boundaries, all right? So my Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, I really do feel this relationship is at a point where truth can it's going to create the distance, or perhaps it's going to create a deeper connection. And right now, perhaps you're being asked to speak honestly, acknowledge what has been hurting, and decide if you're really both willing to grow through it. Because if you are, listen, it doesn't end here. This relationship, it really does evolve. It becomes something stronger than it was before, but it does require, again, both people showing up fully. Thank you for being here, my beautiful Scorpio-Sagittariuses, liking this video, and perhaps you can claim in the comments, we choose to grow through this. And, just set that intention for healing and renewal with inside your connection. My Scorpio-Sages, real love isn't always about avoiding the hard parts, right? It's about choosing each other through them. I'm sending you so much love and light, beautiful soul, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Hey, Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, those of you that are in separation from your person, let's dive into the emotional energy that is still lingering. Spirit, angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please and thank you come through for our beautiful Scorpio-Sagittariuses that are in separation from their person. What do they need to know right now regarding their journey? Two of Pentacles, the Wheel, the Hierophant, and we have the Five of Pentacles. And under the Five of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this energy is, you're not fully in it, but you're not fully out of it either. It's like your heart is trying to move forward, but perhaps something keeps pulling your energy back. Let's just dive into your current energy, the Two of Pentacles. Thank you for hitting that like button, beautiful soul, and letting me know which timestamp did you click on. Right now, I feel like you're in between, going back and forth perhaps in your mind, trying to balance perhaps your emotions. 1 minute you feel okay, and the next it just hits again. It can look like, should I let this go, or is there still something here? Trying to focus on your life while also still thinking about them, and perhaps emotionally juggling closure versus connection. And with the astrology that I mentioned earlier, with all these Aries activations, your mind wants clarity, but perhaps your heart is still processing. So there's this energy of that in-between space. Now we do have the Wheel in the challenge position. I mean, this is fate, cycles, timing. The challenge here isn't just the connection. I feel like it's accepting that some things are just out of our control, out of your control, right? The Wheel's like, this connection had a purpose. It came in during a specific cycle, and now it's shifting. But here's the deeper truth, right? Is you can't force timing. You can't force the timing of things, and you can't hold the Wheel in one place. So perhaps some of you are struggling with letting go of how things used to be, or wanting it to go back to a certain point, or perhaps waiting for certain things to turn in your favor again. But the lesson here, I think it's about trusting the cycle, all right? Trusting the cycle of life. Even when you don't understand it yet, easier said than done, right? But this shift is definitely going to happen for you. Yeah, this shift, this movement, this cycle that the Wheel's turning, all right? I feel like it's not against you, but it's happening for you. Now, the Hierophant here, in your guidance and your potential outcome, and this is very powerful. I feel like it's very intentional. I feel like this connection is definitely not casual. It came with a lot of lessons. Perhaps some of you were married, all right, and in separation. It definitely did come with growth. And perhaps for some of you, it came to teach you something deeper about love, commitment, and also about yourself. Now, some of you, this can indicate higher level commitment. It can indicate reconnecting, like reconnection, but perhaps maybe in a more mature, more aligned way. All right. So some of you will be back with your person, because maybe you're married or not married, but something happened that you got separated. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember to always trust yourself. All right. What feels good and what doesn't feel good. All right. like, both people have to evolve. If this is going to be a reconnection, both people have to evolve, all right? Both people choosing something different than before. Now, perhaps for others, this Hierophant is maybe just your guidance to align with your values, choosing stability over emotional chaos, commitment to yourself, all right? This is not always about going back to the same version of the connection. It could just be, if it does come back, it has to come back better. Now, at the bottom of the deck, where it's a bit of a more of a emotional layer here. Funny that I moved the Hierophant while I'm picking up the bottom of the deck here. The Ten of Pentacles. This definitely could have been a marriage, all right, or potential getting back together with the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, it's long term. Okay, so what I'm getting here with these two cards at the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, I feel like this truth of your heart is holding the feeling of loss, maybe absent, emptiness, left out perhaps, isolation, but knowing this could have been something long-term, or it still could continue long-term. And that's why it's perhaps fully hard to let go, because this is something that didn't feel small, it didn't feel temporary. Maybe you guys are not getting back together, but underneath everything, this really did have, this relationship had real potential. Perhaps you will be getting back together. Either way, there was a serious commitment between the two of you. All right, what I'm getting also here, my Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, I mean, if we're just bringing this whole message together here, is that you're in a space where maybe your heart is learning that not everything feels deep. Not everything that feels deep is meant to stay, okay? And perhaps not everything that had potential reaches its full form. And sometimes timing matters more than feelings. This connection is shifting. There's a shift happening here, whether, again, it turns into a new form, or perhaps it teaches you what you needed before you move forward. Whatever it is that's happening between the two of you, it's not staying the same. And neither are you. So, beautiful soul, if this message found you and you're in that in-between space and still feeling it, still healing it, comment in the comments that I trust divine timing, and just allow yourself to release and heal maybe perhaps the need to control how this situation will unfold. Because, you know, my Scorpio-Sagittarius, whatever is truly meant for you, it's not going to require you to hold on to uncertainty. It will meet you in clarity. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Hey, Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, those of you that are either happily single or on the path to self-love. So we're diving into your relationship with yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thank you for letting me know which timestamp that you click on. And thank you for letting me know that you like these type of messages. Spirit angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good, please come through for our Scorpio-Sagittariuses that are busy working on their self-love, their relationship with themselves. Please come through for this collective. Let's give it one more shuffle like this. And let's dive in. Eight of Pentacles in your current energy. Queen of Pentacles. So interesting for a lot of the collective that is working on, a lot of the cusp signs that is working on their self-love. It's interesting that the Queen of Pentacles keeps landing up in the same position, in the challenge position. And I mean, I'm not recording all these videos on the same day. And I mean, I'm doing like 3 readings before I get to this reading, and the Queen of Pentacles keeps landing up in the same position for some of the cusp signs. Interesting. But we're going to dive into that now. Here's the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. The Hermit at the bottom, underneath. I feel like this feels grounded, focused, and honestly very powerful in a quiet way. Like you're not in a rush, you're in alignment. And I feel like you're really working on yourself here. You're working on you. And the Libra Scorpios had this in the same position. So perhaps it's a Scorpio collective that is really working on themselves. Perhaps it's a collective. It's interesting how each cusp sign, how each card has been falling in the same positions, all right? But either way, enough about the other cusp signs. Let's be talking about you, my Scorpio-Sagittarius cusps. And I don't mean this in a surface way that you've been working on you, all right? But it's been very intentional, building your life, improving yourself, focusing on your goals, your healing, your stability. I feel like this is the energy of not waiting for love, but becoming a version of yourself that feels whole already, all right? And I mean, we got a lot of Taurus energy that is also coming up. I mean, we just moving into Taurus season now, all right, as I'm recording this. So perhaps you are grounding, you building something real, and you really investing in your own foundation. I feel like you tapping into the energy of self-respect in action. All right, this challenge position, as I mentioned, interesting enough, also some of the other cusp signs that came out also in the same position, all right. And coming out in this position is not a block, right? The Queen of Pentacles. I'm getting the energy of redefinement of your self-worth. So for you guys, what I'm feeling here is that you're learning to fully receive, not to just give. How to nurture yourself in a way maybe you've nurtured others. How to feel safe, stable, and secure within yourself. But here's the subtle shadow, all right, that sometimes when you become this grounded, this independent, you can get used to doing everything alone, all right? And Spirit's just gently nudging here that you are allowed to stay open while also honoring your independence, all right? Finding balance. That not to overgive to everybody else, but to also give to yourself. Fill up your own cup, all right? And be open also to receiving help when needed. We're also receiving nurturing energy back, being open, even while maybe perhaps you're in your independence on loving yourself, caring for yourself, working on yourself. I quite like this Knight of Cups in this position here for you, because I feel like there's some sort of love coming towards you. It doesn't have to be romantic, all right? This can be platonic, maybe a new friend or friends around you, family, whatever it is. Maybe it's a business partner. The situation's going to be different for each and every one for you. Now, what I'm feeling here for some of you, it's not going to come in rushed. It's not going to come in chaotic. It's not going to come in confusing. I feel this intentional energy. I feel like it's emotionally aware, and it's somebody that will meet you where you are. And I feel like the key here is the Knight of Cups enters your life because of the work that you have been doing. Not because you chased it, not because you lowered your standards, but because you became aligned with it, all right? Now, we do have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, right? And then I decided to look what's underneath the deck, so we can just get more energy on it, all right? And I feel like here, this is what you've been moving through behind the scenes. Maybe a little bit of overthinking, self-doubt, periods of isolation here, deep inner reflection. Perhaps you, though, have been going into isolation, withdrawing from people to work on your healing and reflecting. Because the Eight of Swords doesn't mean that you're in this constant loop all the time. It can just be self-reflection as well. Like questioning yourself. So that you can heal. Some of you maybe have felt a little bit stuck in your head, or maybe you just had to pull back to figure things out on your own. All right? I mean, I'm also getting that there's going to be quick communication also coming in from someone. The Eight of Wands. Something is going to move very quickly. I feel here, like, with the Hermit, that time alone changed you. It gave you wisdom. It helped you find your own inner light. And I'm hearing during this time alone, going within, reflecting, healing what's within your mind that, of things that we've been through, because it can circle within the mind, is you didn't lose anything in this space. I feel like you found yourself. Because, look, she's stuck, but at the same time, she's seeing herself, reflecting. Yes, and she knows that at any time she can come out of this space. But I feel like this time was really needed to find yourself. Perhaps that this is where you are currently, or you're moving out of it, or you're coming into this space. My Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, I feel like also you're in a phase where that you're no longer looking for someone else to complete you. That you're building a life that already feels whole. You can feel whole within yourself. You don't need that external validation from others. And I feel like you actually now are attracting different energies, different people. This is not the version of you that used to perhaps maybe overgive. Try to fix everybody, overthink, or perhaps settle. All right? You're learning to know your worth, and knowing your worth and not negotiating it. Perhaps you can claim this, especially if you're choosing yourself, this aligns with you, resonates with you in some sort of sense that also you're evolving. You can comment, I am the love I've been seeking. You are the love that you have been seeking yourself. And perhaps just to by just stating that, whether you put it in the comments or say it out loud, write it down, just archer into the energy or into your life. Because, my Scorpio-Sagittarius cusp, you're not just preparing for love. You're becoming the standard, and it has to meet you where you at. You becoming the standard, it has to meet. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one.